I'm going to be recording. All right, good morning, grade 12s. Some of you have been asking me to post an example of how to do a two-dimensional problem. So I'm going to do that just because I'm such a nice guy. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to do number one because Hala asked me about number one, so I thought I'd just post it. And I'm just going to do, I'll just do one example. I think you get the idea. All right, so look, you have a 1.4 whatever, you have a car, so we're going to call that M1, okay? And it has a velocity of V1, okay, 37 kilometers per hour. We're going to convert that to meters per second, so it's going to be 37 divided by 3.6, okay? Then it collides with M2. Sorry, just going to close my door. And it is traveling at a velocity of V2, 35 divided by, whoops, that was ugly, 35 divided by 3.6, okay? These two vehicles stick together upon the collision. Now, they stick together, okay? They lock together, okay? Which means they're going to have the same final velocity. That's very important. Okay, so what is the final velocity of the initial velocity of the vehicles after the collision? That is a not well worded. They should say the final velocity. Okay, after the collision, I would say. I know what they're trying to say there, but it's just better worded that way. All right, so how do you do a question like this? Well, let's just go ahead and do it. Every single time two-dimensional, step one is to make your table. So one truck is moving west, the other one is moving north. Okay, so I'm going to make those two directions positive, west and north. Okay, 37 divided by 3.6 for the first car that's moving west. I'm just going to do that. 37 divided by 3.6 is 10.3. All right, so our first car is moving at 10.3 meters per second. Okay, so he's moving west. So, and his mass is 1,400 kilograms. So, P1 west equals 1,400 times 10.3. Okay, 10.3. Yeah. Okay, that's P1 west. P1 north is 0 because it's only moving west, right? Now the other guy is moving 35 kilometers per hour. 35 divided by 3.6 is 9.72. So this guy, car number 2, has 0 westward, and his mass, what is it, a truck? 2,000. So it's 2,000 times, what did I say it was? 9.72. Okay, so 2,000 times 9.72. Okay, so that's it. Now that's before the collision. Now, after the collision, that's a really thick highlighter there. After the collision, they stick together. Okay, and because they stick together, they're going to move as one mass would move. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do it if you want. But what I would do is I would do it like this. I would write, here, let's combine them as one mass. So it's going to be 1,400 plus 2,000 is 3,400, right? So I'm going to write that P prime, not P1 or P2, but just P prime, is equal to 3,400 times V prime west, and P prime, this is P prime west, P prime north is equal to 3,400 times V prime north, like this. All right, so now, once we've done this, we're going to use our conservation of momentum to just figure out the final answers, right? Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. 1,400 times 10.3 is 14,420. So here we get 14, oops, I should go back to black. Now I forget the number. 14,420 plus 0 equals 3,400 v prime west. So I'm just going to divide that by 3,400. 4.24 meters per second, so I get v prime west equals 4.24 meters per second. All right, now what about the other component? Well, here, I'm going to get 2,000 times 9.72, so 2,000 times 9.72 is 19,440. So 19,440 equals, okay, 3,400 v north prime, like that. So I'm going to divide that by 3,400, and I get 5.72 meters per second. All right, now I assume that you can proceed from here. So here's our two components. We have our west component of the answer, and we have our north component of the answer. So now all you have to do is Pythagorean theorem to put the components together. Tan of theta equals small over big. Get your direction, and there you go. That's all you have to do. All right, so I wanted to post one example of that. So that's how you do it. That's step 1. You can do steps 2 and 3 where you put it together, get your answer. Actually, this is step 2 here, really. That's step 2, okay? And then step 3 is just using Pythagorean theorem as usual with component method. So remember, every time. This question's a little weird because they stick together, okay? Oh, and by the way, I figured out that problem from the homework. I'll post that a little bit later. The math is a little sticky there, but don't worry, I will never ask to test you on that, okay? So it was just a challenging problem to try. All right, have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.